I didn't with the podcast want it to be anything to do with Art Smart. The whole purpose of it was we were highlighting manufacturers, supply chain. It's all about them. But yeah, so that was the version of the podcast. Now the boys said to me, mate, I know it's about thing. Please, can we do one with you? So, guys, my name is Rich. You might have seen me once or twice on one of the videos. I am a managing director of Art Smart. Because we're going like literally around the country, we will go to manufacturers for free. We cover all expenses. This is my give back to manufacturers. The online training academy, we've never done anything like it before. We've done videos. We had underestimated, for those who don't know what AOS 3.0 is our online training academy. We've also got the classroom training academy, but then we've done the online training academy. Went out to 500 people all over the world. I mean, 2.5 years ago, we got keys to this building. And for 2.5 years, that has been, and it's only really like now where I'm like, done. These people message me on Instagram like, mate, you need to have a day off. Even people I knew didn't like me. And that's how I knew I needed to have a day off. But I was so relentless, so passionate. I will do whatever it takes to make this business work. Yeah. Whatever it takes. Don't worry, Drew. Like, I've had this idea, mate.
This time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires.
No, I've had this idea. Imagine, I build a training school. We will train these partners up on a course. They'll then work with us. They'll then do the jobs with us, and we'll just fly around commissioning. Hi, guys. Rich from Art Smart. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. So this one is actually a little bit...
this is our podcast. This is the Media Team podcast.
This is the
We are taking over. We are back.
Back with a vengeance. Wow. So, a little bit different. So, again, if you're listening to the podcast, chances are you have listened to the rest. Thank you very much for that. Now, the whole purpose behind the podcast was, Cam and Rob at the time said, let's do a podcast.
It's different, wasn't it?
Yeah. Something different. Switch up on our content. So, so we decided to do a podcast. The whole purpose of the podcast was to reach out to our supply chain, meet manufacturers,
Look around cool factories.
Do factory tours, a little bit of a give back to the people that have maybe helped me up until now. And Cam said very early on, right, when we're doing you.
Yeah.
No, but
Christmas special. Have a few beers.
Beers. And for complete transparency, as always, this is actually take 2.
Yeah. Next day.
This is the next day. The kit is rigged up, and this is why these are cans of pop,
soft drink,
not cans of beer, because we actually filmed this yesterday. And although I'll do better these days around this, I said to the media team, "Yeah, cool. We'll start shooting at 4."
Yeah, like at 1 o'clock, we were on the beers watching the football.
He had his first at 10 a.m.
I did not. It was
12. But it was 9 p.m. by the time we finished. So basically, these two had a full day sesh. And Dom, who's shout out Dom on camera 8. Come on to Dom in a bit. But yeah, so basically we started filming the podcast last night and the first bit was great and then it went downhill rapidly.
I was yawning behind the mic.
He was yawning. Craig was absolutely on top form as per usual anyway.
But getting definitely.
A bit half cut.
Yeah. You were fully cut.
Yeah. And Dom was also pretty messed up. So we had to call it a day and redo it again tonight. So
but our system, haven't we?
I can tell you the first 5 minutes it was worth doing though, because it's completely different vibe.
A few sugary drinks.
Yeah. So ready to go. Friday night. But so I didn't with the podcast want it to be anything to do with Art Smart. The whole purpose of it was we were highlighting manufacturers, supply chain. It's all about them. When we do the podcast, it's not about us, it's about them. I mean, the podcast wasn't even going to have the Art Smart name in it, was it?
Yeah. No.
we had some really shit names basically.
Yeah.
It was going to be called Meet the Maker.
That was a good name out of the shit names.
It's still cringe when you look at it.
That was the original concept. And then I think we found a couple that were already named that or something, wasn't it?
And it was because I think what made it 10 times worse was my idea for the entrepreneurial spin-off behind it.
Yeah.
So it was Meet the Maker of the Maker. And then I think it just went downhill rapidly. So we didn't want the word Art Smart in it. Although it is brand everything, just not the podcast, because I want it to be separate. Anyway, as we're getting further down the line, a couple of weeks away from it going live, someone went, let's just call it Art Smart the Podcast.
Yeah, stop messing around. Let's just call it Art Smart the Podcast.
And,
that's what it is.
So basically, it's Art Smart the Podcast, which to be fair, same as everything else, we glue Art Smart, so it just works. And that's what it was. So we've been out on the road, meeting suppliers all year. We've seen some cool stuff, to be honest. We've seen some cool factories behind the scenes. Lads have been living the dream, living the vida loca.
If you like how it's made, then our factory tours are for you. That's all I'll say.
It's been great. Yeah, literally, and there's loads to come yet. Because when we put the podcast out, the video's usually on the back burner. Our back burner content at the minute is ridiculous. There's about 10, 15 videos sat there waiting to go, including 5 or 6 factory tours. But yeah, so that was the version of the podcast. Now the boy said to me, mate, I know it's about thing. Please, can we do one with you? I have actually worked hard this year. I've worked hard. No, I've worked hard. I've worked hard every year, but no, we've actually worked hard as a business to remove personal brand. From content. Now, for the first 4 years of the business, I did all the social, all the media, all the content, all the posting, all the work.
iPhone, basically,
It was busy. And then I'm not going to go so far as saying I was struggling to cope, because I would struggle to cope till I died, basically. But I had a lot on my plate, and we needed a social guy. So we already had Cam, and it was Rob at the time. So we had Cam and Rob, and it was like, right, we need a social media guy. And then we had about 3 or 4 people in for a trial.
A couple of people come in.
People had done socials before. I just want feeling the vibe, because the main thing I want with the socials, I want somebody who's actually interested in what we do. Didn't we? That was key.
Yeah,
you need to be interested in what we do. It's not. I don't just like hiring people where it's a job to them. You actually have to come
a bit of background before you get. You're not just trying to learn it all. Like
literally, that one guy that we had come in. So have you had a bit of research? You know what we do? You fit smoke alarms.
Yeah, it's like,
literally, with a guy that come in and said we fit smoke alarms.
Yeah, literally.
So, but then it went horrific. And I also want somebody that would convey the same personality,
energy,
the same vibe I've put on the socials for years now. Cam then said to me, mate, I know a guy.
God help me, I know a guy.
And there's one thing I've learned in business. What is it they say? Don't work with friends or family. Don't recommend anybody, basically.
He's not my friend, so it's all right.
When they let you down, you look an idiot. Now, and I'm not saying that. We hired a guy. He's actually sat here. He's called Craig. I was trying not to lead into it too much, but so Craig started a little bit over a year ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, like last September.
Yeah. Last September.
Time's flown.
It's not. Literally. It's not, but even like Dom. Yeah. So Dom, come back to Dom a sec. Dom's our editor. Dom's our editor. Dom was telling me downstairs before we started. He's never been here a year.
Nah.
In April. So he's been here 8 months.
Still.
That's mad, that.
Like, guys, we forgot to do the introduction. I mean, we've talked about stuff. We'll come back on to what you do in a sec. I'll finish this a little bit of a story, then we'll do it properly.
Yeah.
Finish this story.
Yeah, we've started.
We'll finish this story. I'm committed. So I said, we need a social guy. And Cam goes, listen, I know this guy. He posts for a football club. I says, listen, what football club? Oh, Hartlepool. Oh. I thought he was going to say like Leeds United or Manchester. But no, he posts for Hartlepool. So I had a look at Hartlepool's Twitter, actually. I look at the Twitter because they didn't have an Instagram. I looked at the Twitter. Oh, full-time score is this. I thought, Cam, mate. Listen, I want to talk about smart homes.
Yeah. But Craig does more of the creating it than less of the posting.
Yeah, that was less me.
But end of the day, it's a voluntary role. So he's doing socials voluntary.
Yeah.
I know why. It's nothing to do with the socials because he loves football now. Yeah. This is absolutely nothing to do with social media. But anyway.
I was going to clean boots if they would if they'd ask.
With your tongue. But anyway, so he says, I've got this guy. Now, because I don't think we had him in for a trial, did we?
No, Craig just kind of appeared and never left.
So we didn't have him in for a trial. So because I trust Cam, he said, no, mate, this guy's great. Trust me, he's great.
It'll come good. It'll come good, bro.
What time's come in? In fact, I think he did come in for like a trial day because then I seen you work. I was like, you showed me some bits that you did, some animations and stuff, and you prepared a bit like the stuff, and I was like, fuck me. Beep. I was like, this guy's good. Anyway, listen, mate, job's yours. Crack on.
Yeah,
crack on. Literally, he was like, what? I was like, mate, yeah, when do you want to start?
Yeah.
And he was like working at a pharmacy at the time, wasn't you?
No, I was doing deliveries.
Oh, no, because of the COVID. Yeah. And I was like, what, you're on at pharmacy? And he went, I think shit, when it was like 18. I was like, cool, you're 19 now. Or something like that. I can't remember. It's like, just start.
Instant pay rise, though.
Literally just start. Crack on. Come on board. Come on board. So he'd come on board to do socials. Now, if you know me in the socials and how I talk about the socials, it is my baby. I am very protective over it. I have built this business on Instagram and Facebook, effectively.
Yeah.
And I won't let it go easy, unfortunately. So he come in to help me, and he came in and like day one, hey mate, what do you want me to do? Watch.
Nothing. Don't
Watch.
do anything.
Yeah,
Just watch.
Just observe.
Go back through every post I've ever put on social media, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Read every single post.
Yeah.
Go read about our journey.
Yeah.
Go watch every single
video.
YouTube video.
Chapter all the videos was
His
the first
job
jobs.
was go through every single YouTube video. There's about 200.
Yeah,
and
a lot.
put chapters on them. Watch the video so you understand what we do and put chapters on.
Perfect, to be fair. Like
That was great.
To be fair,
it could have been a great job, really.
But Craig, because of probably his old job, because of people probably not giving this...
Don't appreciate him enough.
The beat is so out of him. And
It kind of wasn't.
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
But because when you started, and again, I'm not saying I need people to be loud. I don't want people to be loud. I don't want everyone to be absolute divas like Cam.
Can have a couple in
But
the
I want people to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So Craig would come in on the morning. He'd walk straight past his new bot, even though I
He
don't
used
like
to sprint through the reception.
the reception upstairs.
It was like a minefield.
He'd come out for his lunch, go back upstairs. I said to Cam, who the fuck have you brought here?
He's like, doesn't even speak to anyone.
It was never like this. It was never like this. Never like this. I think he was,
I was like, COVID's broken this man.
And it didn't really help that I was saying, watch today, watch my work.
Yeah.
But then we did that. And then finally got to a point about Christmas where I said, right, well, draft some posts up, let's review them together, and done that, that's great. And then he thought he'd show a bit of initiative and get a second post out in one of the posts. I was like, text straight in the media chat, delete that. Great. It was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And my missus at the time, because she was like, just hire people to do the other jobs. You do the socials, hire people to do everybody else.
So that was her plan. You do socials and then
literally
all the other
guys.
guys.
Oh yeah, my name's Rich Heppell, Smart, I do Instagram. But the problem is with the business, and as it's continued to grow, clients want me, basically. It's like, and I get that, that's fine. So my job a lot of time is client liaison, and despite having a full design team, support guys, admin, accounts, people would automatically ring me. If you're one of those clients that do that,
we still love you.
Still love you.
It's okay.
But no, so because of that, I can't do as much as I love to do that. I couldn't do that. So I had to go to Craig. That was hard. But literally, I got it to a point with Craig, and I was like, right, Craig, I've wrote a post. Go back through the post and put what emojis I'd use in the post.
Yeah.
That was the level of training.
It's like a really, really sad crossword, basically. It's like filling the gap.
It was like,
it was like, It
was like, you're a grown man. You want me to put emojis on your post?
Yes.
But I thought professional businesses don't use emojis. I don't want to be professional business.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing. Like, people have these corporate Instagrams. Like, listen, here's a picture of me and boys on site.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Which emoji?
I know I'd use.
I was just thinking that, but
think faster.
I was thinking the tongue out with the big eye as well.
I think this might have to be a pop quiz. I think we need to do a few more of this. This was good. But now you've concerned me. Now I need to test you again.
Refresher.
Think of a post.
Like 10 racks in the warehouse.
Yeah, you put me on the spot now.
Good.
But definitely,
I know I'd use.
Definitely flame emoji, rocket.
Yeah. Head blowing up.
Bag of cash. Can't do that. Good value, smart arms. But so Craig done that, and then my missus went, and then when she started seeing a few posts coming out and stuff, she was like, "What the fuck have you done? Like, literally, just get rid of him." I was like, "Nah, babes, I literally can't do everything." Like, just bear with
if she
it.
said about you, Shah. Take that person. I'll take that person.
How the tables have turned.
Now, 12 months later, I don't even know if I have written the post or if Craig's done it. Innit? Like, it is.
Shah's like, "Oh, great post, Rich," and Rich is like, "I didn't write that post."
I'll get on with Charlotte's like, "Oh my God, that job you've been to today is great." I said, "What fucking job? She went this job here." I was like, "Oh, lads were there last week." Because that's the other thing with social that people don't really realise now. We do a post one day, don't mean we're there.
Oh no,
it's
kind of just
you've got to back it up a bit.
Whereas before, you could have followed me around the country and broken into my van. Guess which hotel I was staying at? Because of this thing. Yeah. But just one thing to clarify: if we ever do put a post with we say, "Oh, we're in Leicester today," or this property in Leicester, it's probably in Peterborough. That's that's the cheeky thing that we do. We put some of the cities we work in.
Like the next place over, or like a completely different
or we
place.
Put counties, North Yorkshire.
Yeah, very.
We never be like, "Oh, Mrs. Jones's house at 32 7th Street."
There's even times where we're just like, "We're in Wales. Work out where. Don't care. Like we're just in Wales.
Find
this property in the south of UK." But we do that. So anyway, like 12 months later, my missus is like, "Craig's great. I love Craig. Craig's post is so funny. Craig's so But joking aside, you are. And like now we're at this point in, right, I'm his job is social media executive, technically, right? Craig does socials. He then does motion graphics. He then makes Christmas cards.
Photography.
He then does the photography, the FACE4 Brochure. Talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
That's big sad. He's a very talented and clever guy, and literally like probably my favourite employee.
Thank you.
Sorry to all my other employees.
agree.
All of you all equally.
He's
but
my
no,
favourite
because I
as
think
well.
the main thing is everybody else puts stress on my plate to a certain extent. You just because I don't think about social. That's like a job. Don't get me wrong, I still look at it every single day and analyse everything. And I reply to all the messages. So if ever you message, it will be me that replies to the messages 99.9% of the time. But Craig done that. Right, let's go back to the beginning of the podcast.
Start again.
Let's start again and just explain who I've got sat with me. So, guys, my name is Rich. I'm Rich from AOS Smart. You might have seen me once or twice on one of the videos. I am a managing director of AOS Smart and the subsidiary businesses around that. All mine, much to the glutton of my punishment. We'll come into what's on mine in a bit. This chap right here, this handsome guy right aside of me. Craig. No, that was for Craig.
It's savage.
No.
I'm Cameron. I am the media manager.
I am the boss around here.
I am the boss.
The real boss.
So I kind of oversee everything in the department, make sure everything's happy, look after the kit a lot, clear all the cards, do all the boring jobs,
A lot of the
and do
logistics.
Plan the shoots.
Plan the shoots.
Deal with clients,
Do all
both
the
partners
video.
and external videos.
Yeah.
That's one thing people actually don't know about the media team because we don't push it hard because we're very busy on our own projects
literally.
and we won't just do any video.
Yeah.
And because the video we've got and the kit you've got, it ain't like, we're not just sending you around with a 50 quid mirrorless.
Yeah. It usually has to be more interesting than what we would be doing otherwise, basically.
And the good thing is about the media team, and this is why I brought my own team in-house. When you're using freelancers, one, they don't give a shit. They don't get done. That's harsh. That was harsh.
Get it done as quick as you can.
Get paid fast. Get paid fast. Like we did on Aiden's video. That's his brother. I mean, Moonlighting, but I don't like it to do a video.
He was nagging me for weeks. It definitely wasn't quick that one. It took forever.
But they do that. But again, not interested.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. So they're doing that. Now, when people work for somebody, ultimately they want to make sure they've got a job the next month. So there's a little bit more care and a little bit more input. So it wasn't you, it was actually Rob, who's no longer with us, but also shout out Rob. When Rob was working as Bakehouse Studios, but before that I'd used Magic Mouse Media, Dom, a friend from school, shout out Dom, and also Dan Barker at Electrician Network, shout out Dan. My ex that I always talk about, that's Electrician Network.
Your ex.
Shit top. So yeah, we'd used freelancers. We got Rob from eFix. When eFix feed events didn't continue to work out, they were like, "Oh, do you want Rob?" It was kind of like, yeah, why not? Like, I want to bring someone in house. I'm used Rob as a freelancer. You know, there's times where, because I was putting so much content out, you know, there'd be like, I'm paying him a couple of grand a month. So I'm paying him a wage anyway, really.
Yeah,
So I may as well pay him a wage. It actually was great because he comes to work for me. And then rather than being half-assed, I just got a new MacBook, new kit. And like, the videos got better.
Yeah, because you can sit and think about it more.
Because he's not having to think about chasing another work job. And the videos got a lot better. Then we brought you into the mix. A media manager. You obviously worked alongside Rob, done all the videos, done all of that. And then we brought in Craig.
Yeah.
So Craig, I mean, I've given you a pretty good intro.
I know,
to be fair.
I don't need to say
nothing
anything.
else to say.
I'll just let you pile on the praise.
And so he's hella cute. He's actually really great. Loves football.
Loves beer.
Loves beers and the
I
football.
I'm
He
debating
loves
getting
me.
one right
Loves
now.
his boss.
I do.
Yeah, loves your boss.
Yeah, 5-star review on Google.
Last week, and to be fair, I went over and above because, like, I've got a saying in life, and I stick by it quite a lot. Like, do good to me, I'll do better to you. You know, it's like if you show up for me, I will show up 10 times harder for you. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. If you good to me, like, literally do whatever you want. He threw a bottle of water over his laptop. Well, it's fine, Cameron. It's fine. It's a new one. It's a new one. It's a new one, mate.
Never going to forget about it.
No, but like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you grafted hard, and it was, I knew you had a passion for aviation, and it was like you wanted to do it.
I mentioned it in the truck one day, and you're like,
you'd have done it at some point. I was like, Cam, check your emails. I got you a surprise.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, we're on a drive, and I was like,
I can't, mate. I'm driving. Pull over.
yeah, literally. It's like, oh yeah, there you go. Your trial lessons booked. I was like, you've just booked it. He's like, yeah, literally, just done it. And it was well good.
Just work out and give a kick up ass. Now he's saving for that. It's great.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to do our PPL theory together in the new year. Probably not with that school, but we'll do the theory together.
You'd be copying my answers.
I know.
What's that say, Cam? What's that say?
Yeah, we are doing planes and I'm doing helicopters, so the answer will be the same.
You hope not.
I hope not, yeah.
But what was the point? Oh, yeah, so last Monday.
Yeah.
Last Monday, football's on. Craig loves football.
The World Cup as well.
Do you love football?
Just
Do
a
you love
little bit.
football? Do you love your job the most?
Football is Craig's life.
I don't
his
have my
passion.
I don't have my MacBook on me, but
His
it's
MacBook is full of football stickers, and what he does, the Panini football books, and in the what was the old studio? Sorry, any football player that's our client, when we get the Panini sticker, it goes on the wall. Off record. So if you're one of our clients that is a football player, you're stuck on a wall. In Craig's living
no one
his dreams
sees it,
and
brothers,
fantasy.
don't worry.
But don't worry, whatever brings to your house is under restraining order. But then, like, because for me, I'm not really into football.
No.
Don't care for someone. I'm like, yeah. So I've got put some beeps in this next bit. Some from the thing. Oh, I've got.
Who? Does he play for? Is he a footballer? I don't know.
Craig's like, did you just say? Yeah, we're doing his house.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm like, when are we going to that site? When are we going to that
you
site?
can't, but don't read. Put a restraint on it. He doesn't tell line. But so Craig, he's coming in working at a job, and like literally at the minute, we probably look after a third of the England squad.
Yeah,
and then like you've been watching football
We've seen
this
him on
week.
the TV yesterday. And it's just like
It's literally you were like
bizarre.
mate, we're literally watching World Cup this week in the cinema room, and I was like, I can't believe how many of our clients are on the telly.
Well, if one of you are listening, we're all on NDAs, so don't worry.
Yeah, that's why the beeps are in there.
Yeah.
Some like shout about it, some don't, and privacy is privacy. But and yeah, don't worry, Craig would be on a restraining order anyway. So yeah, Craig booked a week off work to come into work and watch the football.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
But I literally, we've got a cinema room downstairs. It never gets used. So like, I
Craig
literally
was like,
don't
"Watch
care.
me,
Knock yourself
watch
out.
me."
That kind of was the original intention, and then it was like, oh, the World Cup's on as well. Great.
Perfect,
So then he'd done that. World Cup was on. Woo! This guy was in his element. But because Craig works like literally so hard for me, shows up, does a good job, took so much pressure off me, I went above and beyond. So I'd gone, I tried Cam before, I'd got it all. I'd literally, to be fair, at first, I was going to do some, but it was a little bit by accident. So sorry. I was in a petrol station one day on the road, and I seen it England bunting. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Can I have 5 packs? And I seen they had the England glow sticks.
Yeah.
2 packs. And then face paints and that. Next thing I know, I spent 50 quid on England tats.
I'm sorry.
And then, because Craig loves a beer, I thought what'd be really funny is if I bought a beer hat. So I bought him a beer hat.
Yeah.
I come into the cinema room on Sunday, spent 2 hours decorating the room, blowing up balloons, doing all that. Got these lads to come in early so I could film a video on Craig.
He called in sick on Monday.
Yeah, and then he didn't come in.
No,
I came in early.
He definitely came in, and you.
I came in early. I actually do a little bit of work just before I started.
Yeah,
Starting the
literally
beers
books the day
early.
off. And he does that, so he'd come in. We'd fill the fridge full of beers for him, and he lived his best life.
He had a great day.
Yeah, if you've go on the media page, there's definitely some good videos on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
My narrative could probably a little bit different, but we move on. Moving on from that.
Yeah.
So I've got media manager, does the shoot, and one thing I'll say about the media team in it, like last year was chaos.
Oh,
It would be just all over because no real ownership, no real planning, all that. My quick calendar invite wouldn't have really worked. The one thing, we sat down. Like for me, I'm all ears. And like if we ever have a problem,
we had deep, long chat.
tell me you've got a problem.
Yeah.
I'll do something about it.
Yeah.
If you could ever come to me in text like, this could be done better. Cool.
Yeah.
The one I'd say the word of 2022 has been communication.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because we'll come on
Nothing
to why
happens.
it wasn't once we've done the introductions and what was chaos, 3.0, all the rest of it, and that last year. So this year's all been communication. The media team is the crack on, the do the bits, the videos are done. We have a bit of a rule in it. It's like, if we've been on the road a bit, have Friday off or whatever. It's give and take.
We very rarely have 2 ridiculously busy weeks in a row, for example.
But like when we do the podcast, because we're going like literally around the country, we will go to manufacturers for free. We cover all expenses. This is my give back to manufacturers. So what we usually do, if we're in London, might couple 3 in London, Milton Keynes and Bedfordshire, around Leicestershire, Southwest,
Trying
Plymouth.
the best we can, yeah. sometimes
within a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll work in like a site
That's
update
why
as
Smart
well.
is grouped. Couple of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 hours.
That's the difference between working here. Like when someone says to me, I've got to drive to Leeds tonight. It's not like 30 minutes. Yeah, it's miles away.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
first
For
started
me,
here,
miles
it's like,
away is 7 hours.
Yeah.
A 7 hour drive is miles away. 2.5 is like, it's only 2.5.
Yeah, that's what me and Cam are
our
like now
commute
as well.
used to-
Yeah.
when we first started, it was like, our commute from Middlesbrough, oh my
Yeah.
God. And now it's our commute from Middlesbrough, no problem.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah, banked on
easy.
before you
Yeah.
even thought about it. So, yeah. So, when we go to do the podcast, Monday is a team day at Smart.
Yeah, have to be.
Everybody in.
Yeah.
Full suite, don't have to be, but better if you are.
Yeah.
So, no. So, Mondays, we have a team day. So, basically, what that is, everybody together, design team can talk to install team can speak, and can speak to them rest of the week. But being together is productive. A lot of
Yeah.
our work is remote post-COVID, and that's cool. When team work remote. These work from home a lot of the week. That's cool. Podcast, though. Monday night, drive down. Right, so do a day's graft on Monday,
Yeah.
drive to London, drive to Plymouth, drive to wherever, basically, and set off and do that. Sometimes on not a normal week, or if we do a podcast a bit later, I'll be somewhere in country with boys and we'll do a pit stop at a motorway. You boys will
Yeah,
take me
we've
up.
done that.
I'll jump in back at
Like we need
truck.
to intercept Rich at the
Literally.
northbound services
Yeah,
of the
it's an inception
M62.
of the northbound M62
Yeah.
services. Wait in the bushes.
Package secure, package secure.
But yeah, so we do a quick drop, pick me up, get on the road. And again, yes, obviously, but I'll say like I'll come in lunchtime, doing this, we'll do a later one. We'll do that. We'll get down there. We'll do a podcast. We'll do usually 3.
Mhm.
I mean, in an ideal world, we'll do 1. They're intense days.
Yeah.
The hard days.
Back to back, 3 is like
3 back to back is hard, but doing the drives twice to these locations.
I'd 100%
and that's-
rather do it 3 back to back than
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
drive
trip.
back to
and
London.
again, going
trip,
back onto
yeah.
the thing before about communication, like I've tried to do this throughout the business. Come on to this when I actually make you start asking me questions, but like it's right. We've got X, Y, Z. How do you want to do it?
Yeah.
There's
It's-
times where we've been after like a
There's times where you'll go to me and
3-day
go,
podcast and we're like, oh, like we're on the 3rd day. It's the Friday. We're like,
you're all
oh,
getting a bit ratty,
let's never
sick
ever
of
do.
everybody's company.
Yeah, and we're like,
Craig's just got beer scattered all over the truck.
I'm on my
But-
3rd hangover.
and by the 3rd day, we're like, oh, let's never do this again. And then the next one comes up, and you're like, it's up to you. Do you want to do a 2-day?
I'll say, fuck that, we're doing 2.
But
And you'll
then
go,
I'll
mate,
also-
no, please, while we're down there, let's just get the 3rd one
Yeah,
in.
like-
And then
Yeah.
it gets to the 3rd one, we'll go, I'm not fucking doing this again, it's a fucking shit podcast. But the whole point is, we go on the road, we do 3 podcasts back to back to back.
Once you're on the road, you're on the road.
We're on the
innit?
road.
Yeah.
We get
Exactly.
those videos done. We get the content, and we get back. And this is probably a nice little time to. In fact, no, I'm going to do that. I'm going to the next bit. This is a nice little time to introduce what happens after we get back. So,
Oh, yeah. Good segue.
go cabaret, please. So Dom is the man behind the magic on the podcast. Now, without blowing too much smoke up Dom's ass and getting a call from HR tomorrow, Dom started with us. Now, Dom, well, in fact, actually, Dom, I'm going to go way back. Dom was my best mate at primary school. Shout out Warfield Primary School.
Out of Warfield.
Literally, mine and Dom's childhood years, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, what did you got secondary, like 13 or something? 12 or something.
Something like that,
But
yeah.
anyway, up to that point, my weekends were spent in the fields at Dom's house. Dom had a mega house, wasn't it? Literally, every weekend, we were in the fields. We'd go out at 9 a.m. and we'd come back at 10, literally building dens and stuff. Great childhood. So we done that, and then, obviously, secondary school, like, drifted away. Dom went to uni, doing all these bits or whatever. Followed my personal Instagram and that, and he'd always message and interact, to be fair. And then he goes, he says, oh, mate, you know, if you've ever got any jobs that I could do, you know, I'd be interested in coming to work for you. And I was like, all right, yeah, mate, yeah, so. And then there was, he mentioned it another time, I think, on something. And then when we was like, oh, because I said to you, Rob left. And then it was like, right. And he went, no, fine, just 2 of us for now. And then, obviously, podcast
Just like,
thing.
see how
it was
we go,
like,
let's
see how we go. I
on.
was like,
Yeah.
let's get a 3rd.
Especially when
Let's
the
get a 3rd.
podcast hit, it was
Yeah,
like,
when the
audio's hard.
We'll get a 3rd.
That as well, yeah.
So then I said, I think I've got a guy. You're like, right. I said, this guy, I went best at primary school. I've known him. He's a legit guy. He's a sound guy. No,
Twice.
That was not intentional. So Dom, so I messaged Dom. Oh, we want someone to come and do audio. It's podcast, it's audio, but we're doing a video podcast.
Yeah.
It's a video podcast. Cameras. We're doing a video podcast. So I was like, well, do you want to try editing a bit of video as well? He was like, I've never done video before. Listen, if these 2 guys can do it, can't be that hard. Oh, no.
So the good thing was Dom was before he even came in, because obviously you have like a you have your notice periods. Dom was like, "Can I come get some footage off you?" what software do you want me to use? And literally, like, even in the month, I think, before you could like properly start, and like you literally hit the ground running, and you were already editing stuff before you even came here.
He came. He came 2 weeks later. Mm-hmm. Not perfect, but good.
Proficient.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Literally a month in.
Yeah.
2 months in, he's doing the full podcast himself and most of the reels. And it was like,
and
we have struck gold.
Yeah, literally.
We had struck gold.
And Dom likes beer as well. Oh, it's good.
But yeah, so Dom come in, editor, and actually last night, half cut, he actually got taught to use the Vision Mixer the first time by Cam. Yeah. And probably going to do a cracking job on this. But yeah, so he edits all the podcast. Dom's our full-time editor. But I'm going to do your job title, Dom, when we do your review. You are editor-in-chief and sound engineer. So effectively is what you do, man.
And comes out on site sometimes as well. Like,
because he's interested. Yeah. And this is his thing, and this is what I think. Like, the people that we've got working for the business now are the right people, right the way end to end. Interested. That is the word. I'm not saying you have to love it. This is my passion, yeah? But you have to look at what we do as a business is cool as fuck.
It's like little things like when I first started, I never thought I'd be able to like chat with like you, Kieran and Drew about AV, but now it's like, oh, what matrix is that in there? Oh yeah, where's that on there? Oh, what can that handle? What does that one do? Oh, what you got in this UPS?
You've done IEC on it, have you?
I've done a few. I've done a few IECs. I've done a few.
So blown the smoke up Dom's ass, but he deserves it. So Dom's our editor, works together in a team, but yeah. So where I was going on that was at 3.0. Mm-hmm. Cam's first Dom's major project is that. Greg's is the socials and motion graphics and everything else he does.
The brochure.
Wonderfully, the brochure. Well, the brochure has been your socials, but the brochure has been your major project. We're going to come on to that next. But your baby, major project, pain in your life, mental health destroyer,
sleep ruiner,
relationship ruiner,
everything, you name it.
But again, same as everything, learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. I mean, just the way we did it.
Not you. No. The online training academy was no. So me, learn from my. But again, I'm still learning a lot of time. I just wing it very well. The online training academy, we never done anything like it before. We've done videos. We had underestimated because when I go shoot an update video, tech walkthrough.
Oh yeah,
piece of piss.
Bread and butter.
We know before we even walk in there.
Yeah,
how long it's going to take.
How long it's going to be when it's edited.
How long it's going to take to edit. How long are you going to be waiting for me between cuts? Realistically.
It's just second nature.
How many times have you come to the van, I'm going to have my laptop out?
Yeah.
Mate, please, come on. Please, I want to go home. But it's all predictable.
We're very aware of it. Yeah.
When we did 3.0, and Cam's actually live filming me do his termination box, a rack. That rack video, that was 10 days of filming.
Yeah.
Was it?
244 racks with Kieran.
And it was like the first experience of like, so obviously, when you're doing a tech walkthrough, when Rich has said a line, okay. Whereas in 3.0, it was like,
hard edit.
It was such a hard edit.
Say something.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I'd be like, no, I want to put a tip in here. I want to do the editor's notes. There's a thing when you film, it's called editor's notes. It's usually just me whispering sweet nothings to these guys. And Dommy, edit this. You are great at your job. Or Craig, this one's for you. You're hella cute. Cameron, say hi to Sydney and Bowie for me.
Yeah, because I just be sat at home, just editing. But the good thing with 3.0 is by the time we got towards the end with it, it was like, when we first started, it was like, oh, Rich, say that again. Oh, can you do this? And by like, the 10th, 15th, 20th episode, it was just like, we knew exactly.
We're so in sync with it.
Yeah, it was just like second nature.
To the problem, because I made out 3.0 is the problem. It's not. 3.0 is actually one of my proudest and greatest achievements.
Yeah, same.
Literally, because it's a mammoth task. The problem with 3.0 was I run a business. And this was the media thing. Mm-hmm. I run a business. This other stuff, although the online training academy will charge for it, but ultimately, if I've got clients ringing during the day,
you cannot film 3.0 Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. You cannot.
We tried.
It's impossible.
For weeks and months and weeks and months and weeks and months.
Knocks on the door every 5 minutes.
It was literally Cam would come to reception and say, mate, please, I am literally begging you. It was. Mate, please, will you come upstairs? We need to shoot this thing because it's got to be out on Thursday.
Yeah. So like 4 days.
So then we done that. Now, obviously, after he said it to that, like, again, tell me something. I'm like that day when he said, mate, please.
Yeah.
That was
when I said please.
That was a wake up. No, but it was.
Yeah, literally.
Been aware.
Yeah.
And that was, right, we had sat down on that and like, mate, like this. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll do this with you. If you're happy to do it, you can take a day off back through week. Let's come in every Sunday. No distractions, no one else here, no one ringing my phone.
And he had me when he said, I'll buy you lunch as well. I was like, right, that's it.
Lunch and dinner most days.
Yeah.
2 meals.
Yeah.
2 meals.
Good meals
and beers.
And beers.
And between things, watch a bit of F1 or you come in and watch F1.
Yeah, literally.
So we've done that. We filmed 3.0 and then the rest of it was fine.
Oh,
the only other problem was then we got hit by supply chain. But that was very early on. That was like before we even got our socials. Before we even got out upstairs. So we've done that and then we've done 3.0. That went out great. 500 people all over the world. And we did a social competition giveaway on AOS 3.0. We actually gave away 15 grand throughout the full process. 5 grand halfway through. And then we gave 10 grand away at the end.
Mm-hmm.
First, second and third place for whoever had grown their social profiles most using the blueprint. We checked the authenticity of that using Social Blade.
Yeah.
And
lot of spreadsheets.
A lot of spreadsheets, a lot of numbers.
Instagram accounts,
forms,
stalking people.
Screenshots. So yeah, for those who don't know what AOS 3.0 is our online training academy. We've also got the classroom training academy, but then we've done the online training academy. Went out to 500 people all over the world, which obviously dwindled down over the year of the subscription because it was locked for a year. I literally had people, because that didn't, you've got to sign up here or you can't sign up. They didn't sign up all year begging me, please mate, please. I'm a man of my word. Gonna have to join the mailing list. And then it's just relaunched and it's doing good again. But that's great. But yeah, that was a traumatic experience.
It was. It was fun though. Like I said, it still to this day is the thing in media and filming I'm most proud of because, a feature film's 90 minutes, and I don't know how many hours 3.0 would be off the top of my head, but it just felt like doing a lot of films back to back to back to back to back.
No, it was intense. Literally, coming on Sunday, film all week. Coming on Sunday, film all week. Edit all week. Coming on Sunday, edit all week. And then we've done that, and
relentless. It was relentless, but again, it was great, such a hard learning curve. Because obviously when you're at university, you like do a semester and you have like 4 months to go from filming it to editing it. But with this, it was like high turnaround, like getting it out, making sure it's as good as it can be.
I remember when I started, I wouldn't even see you because you were like, "Oh, I filmed yesterday, and I've got to."
I'm gone. See you later.
It's like 2 weeks or something, and you'd be like, "Yeah, this like big episode," because that was the rack
huge.
stuff.
It was literally go home, edit, do this, edit, do this, edit, do this.
But even then, even though we're saying it was hard, it was still. Because again, like we talked about what we used to do. I used to work for. I was working at Virgin Media before this, doing calls,
installs.
No, not installs.
I know. I know. I'm just making sure they know.
I was doing customer service for Virgin Media, which was obviously is about as fun as you can imagine. But just being able to literally come in on a Sunday, and then Rich was like, just work from home the rest of the week.
But you work from home in your old job.
Yeah, but still, I thought when I come here, it'd be very office space and things like that. But the flexibility of get what you need to do done when you're in the office, and then you can manage your time.
We have a rule, so unofficial flex 4.
Yeah.
Shout out Simpro. Unofficial flex 4. The reason it's unofficial is because for the last couple of years, I've had people that would have abused that. And I don't care, I'm not asking for 40 hours. Well, I am asking for 40 hours. I want somebody, if it needs 40 hours.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it needs it.
If it needs it, I might ask for 50 hours one week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be cool with 20 the next.
Yeah, especially when the World Cup's
24.
When the World Cup's on,
but literally today.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday when we tried to film this video, got his all digs. We had Scran.
Yeah.
We had beers.
He did about 100 quid of beers. And I got your digs. I actually, because I don't drink, shout out the ice water, designated driver, drove you back to your digs last night.
Yeah.
Put you in there.
We rocked up today about 10:30. Then we went back in the cinema room.
Watch football afternoon. But it's because this is the project, and we've got a couple of big films that we need to do now for the Christmas drop, and then literally you'll be editing all month because I'm out on the road getting
and it's like I said, like I said in the 0.1 version of this podcast, it's like a celebration of getting a lot of big things over the line, and we've never quite had that. Ooh, the deflate of being 3.0
You had it last night.
Yeah, we definitely had it last night.
It was Christmas party.
Unofficial Christmas party. So we've done that. We've done 3.0. Craig, I'll tell you what, just quickly, because it's actually this video will be out before it's like. I didn't get it.
Go
get it. Go get it.
I think this will be out after.
No, this is out, but by the time this video goes out,
yeah.
So people can actually get these. This is.
Show the people at home, Craig.
Which camera is best?
Show me that camera.
Ooh, beautiful.
Show them a little flick through how sexy it is.
It's very sexy, but it's
really
also
thick quality.
Don't show them too much.
Has been. Well, I can see it's out. It's live.
No,
You can order it. If you go on the AOS Distribution website, aos-distribution.co.uk, search FACE4. You can request the brochures.
Leave it
if
there.
you're in the UK, we'll send you them out for free. If you're anywhere else around the world, just pay shipping. We'll send you Smarties with all brochures. But
Labour of love.
That has been. How many variations of that brochure do you think we have before final print?
The physical versions, probably about 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then sort of like finished versions, probably another 20. And then that first...
Probably about 30, 40 versions.
Yeah, that first day we were in here and about half finished and we kept printing them out.
And photos.
The red ink on there is actually Craig's blood. Like, that's how dedicated.
Yeah,
Craig spent a week shooting videos in our photos in our studio of all the different faceplate
I had
finishes.
about 1,100 photos from that shoot.
He then spent about 3 or 4 weeks editing them.
Yeah.
But he tried to do this, not on the sly, but he was trying to impress me with it.
Yeah.
And he kept it quiet and to himself. And then he went, oh, mate.
Guess what I've done?
Guess what I've done?
Yeah.
Guess what I've done? Happy as Larry. Gave the cameras like, oh, yeah, show Rich. And he went, I've edited all FACE4 videos, photos for you, ready for brochure. I went, mate, mega, show me. He showed me and went, what the fuck is this? Might have to edit a few if it's still got
Talk about learning curves.
But no, it was the reflections and the angles.
Yeah.
And the light and in one of photos, because the plates are all shiny, you could see you in it with your camera. But it was learning curve. Because you've done videography, you do the photography and product photography especially.
Sports photography is completely different.
But even
like
doing the smart home photography is completely different.
Yeah.
Because it's
not even the same universe, is it?
Even though this is a product that is in a smart home, it's different.
So that brochure, well, the whole of FACE4 that's been a 2-year journey, FACE4, partly from having the wrong people in with it. We're not going to dwell on that too much. Partly from, I'm a perfectionist, that don't want me the problem.
Yeah.
I will put something out, and so, like, there've been time on that brochure, I'm like, mate, it's fine. It's not fine.
Yeah.
We all agree on that, though, to be fair. Like, as soon as you find out, we're like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But like most people would just be like, fuck it, put it out.
Yeah.
They'd run it.
Get it done.
I literally won't, even though I'm probably, before we go live on FACE4, 75 grand negative, not including the month you spent fucking about with shit photos. 77 grand negative.
Wow.
Before we've actually gone live with it over 2 years. But I won't put something out until I'm uber happy with it. Uber happy. And the back end and the CRM and getting all that in place and the survey and the brochure and the sign up form and the Royal Mail for the bro.
Yeah.
Unless all elements work
cogs,
in sync.
All the cogs are in place.
It just jams up,
and
doesn't it?
I will hold a product because I've learned.
Yeah.
There's been times where I'm like, bang, put it out. First time around when we launched distribution, Now distribution again will be relaunched by the time for 2-year delay. We launched distribution, and again, grateful. This is going to sound like a very first world problem. We launched distribution in the midst of still trying to finish this building. Put the website live, had the website built, website went live, got everything all in place, stock, etc. Blah, blah, blah. In the first 6 weeks, it had 100 grand turnover. We didn't even have DPD back then.
Yeah.
Paul going to the post office 6 times a day. It was chaos. But the problem was at that moment in time, we were still doing this building. So basically, at that point in my life, I'll go back on it in a bit, but when we launched Train Academy, 6 weeks later, after the first course distribution went live, the building wasn't even finished.
Lot of plates being spun there.
I got 100 grand from distribution sales, but it was all in one pot. Because people had looking after finance at the time was shit, but it was all in one pot. So I'm getting paid for this order, buying something for the building with it, and the supplier's like, "Have you got this?" I'm like, "Fuck!"
It's just like everything.
It was all over the place. No, but it was. But that's because looking back on it all now, the building and doing the building, that was like literally bite off more than I could chew in the Train Academy. But it has been, 2.5 years ago we got keys to this building, and for 2.5 years it has been, and it's only really like now where I'm like, done.
Yeah.
But for 2.5 years it is, and even like little things, finessing, literally put them stickers up for a couple of weeks ago. So obviously COVID hit. Before COVID, I had 8 staff. COVID hit, lockdown hit. COVID hit and lockdown hit. We had actually had the idea for the Train Academy for a while. When me and Drew used to drive up and down the M1, but because I built a business on social, we'd get inquiries from Leicester,
all of
London.
Yeah.
I'd do them.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be seen to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'd service them. And, well, it wasn't at the time. Very much wasn't. It was me and Drew killing ourselves. Me and Drew in the early days of the business, yeah? So I started the business. 6 months later, I hired Drew. And in early days of the business, literally me and Drew would do 14, 16-hour days, 7 days a week in, week out, drop our bags down, grab another bag, go again, all over the place. Chaos, constantly, working out with a 40-foot container on one van. It was chaos. And then we brought more guys in, and again, over that time, grew up to bigger. But like, say, when I was driving back on M1 on a Friday, he'd be like, nah, don't worry, Drew. Like, I've had this idea, mate.
This time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires.
No, I've had this idea. Like, imagine, because guys used to ask me all the time, like, how do I learn to do what you do? I said, one day, I'll build a training school. We will train these partners up on a course. They'll then work with us. They'll then do the jobs with us, and we'll just fly around commissioning.
Drew's like, shut up, Rich. We've got 3 hours left on this strike. It's 1 in the morning. This
literally is a true story. Me and Drew used to literally do that. That was a pipe dream. Yeah. Business going great. Got up to 8 staff, doing good turnover, getting good jobs. COVID it. Now, because for the 2.5 years I've been running my business before then, I've not even had a day off, probably. Christmas Day. Literally Christmas Day.
I'm surprised you have Christmas Day off you.
Yeah.
No, I do now. I do have stuff off. I don't like Christmas. I'm not getting into that. I do have time off now. I make sure Drew has, my guys, and again, like we use, that's the big difference between now and then.
Yeah.
When you're at that stage in the business, and like my family, friends, people that cared about me, people that didn't even care about me would tell me, because that's how dangerous I was being. Literally, people message me on Instagram like, mate, you need to have a day off. Like, even people I knew didn't like me. And that's how I knew. That's how I knew I needed to have a day off. But I was so relentless, so passionate that I would do whatever.
You kind of have to be at that stage,
even
like
now,
you said.
But even now, I would do. I would do whatever it takes. Even that problem with that client last week, that wasn't even my problem. Like, we were supposed to film. I was like, gotta go to London, bang. Just got a phone call off a client, straight on the train, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I will do whatever it takes to make this business work. Yeah. Whatever it takes. And luckily, I've got a very supportive missus. Shout out Charlotte. Charlotte understands that. She's literally been with me before I had Art Smart. Went mine and Charlotte's first year before I went self-employed. When we were together, we've been together a couple of years, had 5 holidays. Then we didn't have a holiday for 5 years.
Yeah.
You've used them all up now, Char. Sorry.
The balance is gone. It was her 30th birthday last year. And I was like, what do you want for your birthday? She was like, Rich, I want some fucking sun. I've literally not had a holiday 5 years. I've not even had a week off with you. I don't have time off through the week. I have a couple of days off at Christmas. Last year I started having Saturdays off. Weekend Saturday, I have Saturdays off, sometimes Sundays, but didn't have really time off. But no, making sure people have time off around me and not burning them out is a consideration. But yeah, COVID it. I had a lot of time off. That was the first time I'd stopped, and I think my body went into shock. Because can you imagine, it's like running on a hamster wheel. Wheel stops.
Yeah.
Bang.
You don't get the gradual slow.
The thing is, and then obviously it really affects my mental health. Really affects my mental health, because then I'm at home every day. I'm like
stuck in your own head.
What do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do? And then our clients start paying their bills. Sound, because they don't want to keep the money there.
Everyone's like panic stations.
They know what's happened.
Yeah.
They're keeping them on. I've got vans on lease that need paying. Didn't have a unit at the time, but I had lockups that need paying. I've got guys that need paying.
Isn't it nice being able to say, "Oh, do you remember COVID?" Like being on the other side of it.
We're still feeling the effects.
I know it still exists.
I've literally looked at a quote today that I quoted for a client back in February. That's what I was showing Karen that downstairs. We said, "Mate, can we film, please?" We quoted that in February. Well, I've just re-quoted it now in December. It was a 50 grand job, and it's gone up 25% this year. Just because of COVID.
No
people
surprise.
partly play on it, supply chain, I get stuff's gone up, but it's a semi-distant memory. There is still effects from it, but lockdown 1, my head were pickled. I were literally in bed, didn't want to get out of bed, didn't want to face the world. Living on them, Greg's brought these pasties out at the time. I was living off Greg's pasties from Iceland.
COVID pasties.
No, because I'm probably going to afford it, but because I enjoyed them. Like Copperbergs. That was my dietary, but done that. Then the government brought the furlough scheme out, and I went to go put all lads on furlough scheme.
How many lads did you have at that time?
8
installers?
8 guys.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Paul, Danny, and then some installers.
Yeah.
So then went to go do the furlough scheme. Basically, turns out my accountant, fuck knows what he'd been doing. I had a shit accountant, turns out. Basically, HMRC had no record of my staff.
Yeah.
So when I went to go put them on furlough, they didn't exist.
Who? Staff who?
Yeah, you couldn't do
Rich
it.
Heppell.
So, no, I could have done. I could have been like, guys, I'm really sorry, but fucking world's fuck, see you later.
Yeah.
But I'm not that guy. People have got kids and that. But so luckily, the government then brought bounce back loans out. So I basically borrowed 50 grand and paid my lad's wages for 3 months.
Yeah.
It's how that went. Wonderful. But then, so yeah, I made a pickle and people started saying to me like, oh, mate, whatever happened to that training that you were going to do?
Everyone sat around, aren't they? The same as you. Like,
yeah, exactly.
God, what
everyone
can
was
I
about
do?
self-development.
Yeah, it was that
online courses,
upskilling,
Zooms.
wasn't it?
I was doing yoga in my living room during COVID. Like, that's how, like, well, everyone's the same. Like,
everyone doing weird shit.
Yeah, everyone's heads are completely
One
gone.
exercise per
I
day.
was cycling every day. Look at me now, yeah. But
yeah,
anyway.
So then, fucking great. Yeah, I'm going to start training. I've got loads of time in lockdown. Don't have loads of money, though. I had fuck all money. And literally, probably when I thought I'm going to train academy, no money. Now, there's been this guy that had been nagging me to do me website for a while. I was like, listen, well, I didn't tell him this, but I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my lads that I've got on furlough next month, but do you want a job? He's like, man, we're in a lockdown. I was like, yeah, do you want to come build me a website? He's like, why, are you serious? I was like, yeah, come build me a website. So this guy come in the business, built me a website for the business. That was the first time I had a website, 2.5 years in. Put the online training academy courses on. We arranged some viewings at some buildings. I found this place where we are now, in York. We come for a viewing one day. Perfect. Need a lot of work, but perfect. Yeah. So we run this viewing, had the website ready to go, no money in the bank, and I did an Instagram live video, and literally people on the live going, mate, wow, I've never seen you like this on the live video. I was nervous.
Yeah.
Now, they thought I was nervous because I was excited. I was announcing it. I was nervous because I had a landlord stood behind me saying, mate, what the fuck are you doing? I'm just on a viewing. Yeah, so it's Rich from Out Smart.
This
Welcome
is
to our new office.
building. I'm moving in now. Yeah.
Right, and Rich was here on the walls.
Mate, it was on a viewing.
Squatters' rights.
It was on a viewing. And we had the website ready to go. I was like, oh, yeah, so a lot of you asked about training academy. Yeah, basically, this is where we're having the training academy. And
sign up now.
There's a website that is going live right now. AOS-academy.co.uk. The live numbers, it's got like corner.
Yeah.
It's like dropping off. I was like, oh shit, man. This is going to flop.
Scared them all
This is going to flop. Now, I don't know if anybody has ever used Shopify or WooCommerce, yeah, but it does a every time a payment or you sell something.
Yeah.
Well, I was on that live video. All these numbers are dropping off. Turns out they're all leaving to go on the website.
To go,
it was that much of a big deal. And literally the laptop just started going cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Before I come off the live, it done 36 grand in courses.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the month, it done 150 grand in courses. Now,
talk about supply and demand, like literally.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's nothing like
there
still isn't. Because the thing is, a lot of people that got so much hate from the industry, it was unbelievable. So it still does to this day.
Yeah.
We'll speak about that in a bit, yeah. Trolls.
Still does to this day. Fuck. I literally couldn't give a fuck.
Good publicity.
But yeah, so we were getting a lot of shit for this training course. Literally, Control 4 had about 45 complaints overnight. Jason was like, this is kicking off. Mate, people aren't happy about this. People going, well, I had this idea a year ago. I think the main difference between me and, with this whole thing here is I put my fucking money where my mouth is and I did it.
It's all good having ideas, isn't it? Bloody hell.
An idea without a plan is only an idea.
Yeah, literally.
And that's the main. And there's sometimes I'll message you guys about, right, guys, got this idea. All right, yeah, cool. No, we're doing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it is because
pack your bags.
Move on it. Move on it.
Yeah.
If you've got an idea, do it.
Yeah.
Not everything I come up with works.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Oh, we've deleted a lot of files.
Yeah.
Been like, we've gone to film videos halfway through, being like, nah, this is shit.
Yeah,
But I've tried.
You got to
I've
try.
tried.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Got to try.
Yeah.
Got to try. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Be a bit manic. Crack on. So we've done that. Now, that paid for the first round of the fit out. Now, looking back at the courses back then, first for the guys that come on the trade, the course has always been the same. The course of the content from week one to the course we deliver now is still the same. What the difference is the rest of this building.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, then when I did the course, it was a course. The building was a shithole. I'm very embarrassed. If you the first couple of months of courses,
I want to say shithole. It was
just
barren.
It was empty,
shell.
So it was a finished. Obviously, I had to work on building works. We built a mezzanine.
Yeah.
We had to do structural stuff. We had to wire it. We had to cable it. I had to kit the training room out.
It's literally bricks and mortar. Like that.
I had to do the structure, painted it all white. All the construction's all white.
Signage.
Literally
You
basic. Now, over the last, since then we did more courses or whatever, every penny I made from the training has gone back into this building, back into my staff, back into the team, back into everything.
Yeah.
Like, people assume I make millions. People that I used to go to school with, and they're like, fucking hell, mate, I can't believe you're a millionaire.
Walk around the office, you'll see where the money is. Yeah, like, literally.
Exactly. In that
Walk
room
in media room, you know where the money is. Walk in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah, other side of the camera.
Got to though.
No, but
yeah,
it goes back into my team, back into use, back into media kit. Everything like Art Smart for me ain't an overnight thing. This is a long-term project.
Imagine where we wouldn't be now if you were just like, oh yeah, straight in the bank account. I mean, I'll save for a rainy day, like, and not reinvest. Imagine where we'd be nowhere, innit? Like,
just chuck it all back into business and hope long-term that pays me goals.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will do.
Yeah.
So we done Training Academy. Training Academy went great. And again, all the rest of the money's been invested into business. But the whole Training Academy thing, like going back onto that story, me and Drew driving out motorway. No, bro, training, distribution. We're going to do all this. You know, we're going to do this one. Fuck off, mate. Like, literally, I've been working about 90 hours this week. Just be voices annoying me. Probably.
Go to sleep.
Literally. And then literally, like, sometimes, and again, because you're busy every day and we're busy as a business, you don't realise it. Some days I like have a bit of a stop and reflect, or me and Drew walk out, or that photo you guys took yesterday of literally all them racks. Like, our biggest problem is now we've outgrown this building. We've just been obviously looking at other one. It's like 4,000 square foot. We've been looking at 20,000 square foot. So looking at moving into a building
five of these, yeah.
5 times the size.
Because you don't want to be 2 years moving.
I can't get it again. Mentally, I said on this building when someone was like, oh, you'll outgrow it soon. I say, I'm fucking moving. Not an absolute prayer, not a prayer.
I'll be here
and
till
again,
I die.
because my guys and the people around me have struggled with it. You know, and again, where sometimes my calf's full of shit because I've had to pay this, or I put a $5,000 aircon unit in the media lads room, or
nice aircon.
Every room in the building's got aircon though.
Yeah.
The Rapid Lab's got speakers, subs, 10-inch touchscreen, Kaleidoscape.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's got, I'd like to think, a nice place to work.
Yeah, literally. Like, just like such small, like, little quality of life improvements. So, like,
I remember that's what it is, though.
That room before aircon, we got like aircon installed. Wasn't like the hottest day of the year.
We did film 3.0 throughout summer.
Yeah, and it was just horrific, wasn't it? And
trying to
now
film
it's
sweating
like,
buckets.
Yeah, and now it's like, it's too cold in
here.
here.
What was even worse, and again, the lads on the first week of training, I am so sorry. I never realised how hot that room upstairs could get without aircon.
It's a tin box.
The first course was on the 18th of... I remember this because 3 days after my birthday. 18th of August. Yeah. I got the keys for this place in July. We had 2 months to kit a building out.
Yeah.
From
zero to...
But what made it 10 times harder is all the money from the online training, because my PayPal account went from nothing to 150 grand in a month. They froze it for
flagged you up,
6 months. They froze the money. No, mate.
Wow.
Mate, it was literally to the point where I was like, somehow I got the CEO of PayPal UK's mobile number. I text him every day. Unlock my money. Unlock my money. Unlock my money. He blocked my number eventually, but it was literally as bad as that. But yeah, the first week's training, literally, I've never seen training room fridge get rinsed 3 times over. Yeah. It was red hot. Middle of summer, proper summer, no aircon in that room. Then turn all the racks on. It was dripping.
It was dripping. Car park now, that's
it was dripping, but I didn't realise the importance of needing aircon. So literally, before I even finished course, I was like, man, it's aircon in start. So I've done that. But yeah, so it's been a couple of years of hell doing this building, to the point where even like my own team, I've been feeling the suffer, was like, I would never go through that again. To the point now, we looked at that building, everyone's like trying to convince me to do it. I suppose that's the difference now. It's like, it's not like, oh, mate, sure you should do that. It's like, mate, it'd be great if we moved over there because we'd be able to do
this. We put a wall in here. Oh, we could have this room.
We had the floor plan, and we're already kind of like, oh, we're having this bit, and you should have this bit.
Danny's designed it all up already, apparently. I don't know.
Not surprised.
Yeah, because, big jump is that. 350 grand a year. But we looked at that. But in all honesty, that's the first time do you know what? It's the first time since I looked at this building where, when I walked in here with my missus, and well, she'd come with all the rest of the guys, same as she'd done the other trip. We walked in here with Mrs. Drew and Andy, and we walked in and went, what the fuck are we doing?
This is ridiculously big.
This is huge. This could come from a lockup, like a shed.
Yeah.
Come from a lockup, walked in, I was like, what the fuck? Like, now it's like bursting into seams everywhere.
Yeah.
When I walked in that building the other day, that is the first time I thought.
Had that feeling again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but like now, because I've been through it, and like doing this building, we knew but didn't know what we're doing. Now I'd know, bang, 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 X, Y, Z, do this, do
Instead
this.
This long, it costs
money
this
spent
much.
here, done
We need
this.
aircon. Yeah, basically.
Literally. So again, planned and structured. But yeah, anyway, that's the background. I'm leading this podcast, you know.
Well, not anymore. We're going to switch it up.
Yeah, but we're going to switch it up because you always say, Rich, let the guests talk. I'm trying to.
It just doesn't stop. It's just a whirlwind. We'll ask you some things now.
He said, what would you go back and tell 15-year-old self?
He knows what kind of worms he was opening with that question.
Yeah.
This kid will either go to prison or work in Burger King. Primary school's teacher sat down and told the whole class that. Lo and behold, she was almost right. Throughout my teens, I was a little shit. I'll be straight with you. Made some very bad life choices. My poor mum and dad, I drove them to probably hell and back. I got arrested like 3 times in 2 weeks when it was all going down because it was game over time.
How close did you come? Do you want to talk about it?
How close? Rich Heppell, I sentence shooters. So as you can probably tell, we've left that on a bit of a cliffhanger. We're actually doing this bit retrospectively because we have actually filmed the second half, and
after review,
we have left no holes barred basically on the second half. So if you enjoyed the first half and you want a second half on this YouTube video, we want 100 comments. 100 comments on the video. If we get 100 comments,
that'll make it feel worth it.
Yeah.
If you get 100 comments, no, because it's deep.
It's risky.
It's very risky.
Yeah.
It's business suicide, potentially.
Yeah, basically.
Potentially, yeah.
Essentially.
But for the loving YouTube audience, we'll do anything.
Yeah, just say you want more, give us a thumbs up or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stick it down below.
Yeah, so any comments, and we'll go. Yeah, cool. Might see you on the next one. Might not see the light of day.
Yeah. See you later.
Cut.